I started experiencing this pain back since, I want to say 2014, and then I went and got some shots. So I can't remember what doctor I saw at that time that recommended some shots. So I went and got some shots.
Where?
It was on my right wrist. It was after playing a game of volleyball, I recall. I remember starting experiencing that pain, and it just became, I couldn't hold a cup of tea. I couldn't hold anything. And so I was advised to go and get some shots, and I did. And so that took my pain away for a few years. I want to say maybe 3 years, until one day the pain just came back with a vengeance. I woke up screaming. I don't think I had ever experienced such a pain. And so that was extremely painful. And from that moment, I figured, okay, shots are not an option for me anymore. I have to find another way of relief. And so that's when I started pretty much my journey on trying to find relief in a more natural way that would last, that will last forever, and not just a couple of years or 3 or 4 years. And so that's how, years went by. I went to go see, different doctors, and I came across you guys. Yes. I had gone to medical doctors. I had gone to other chiropractors. I had gone to acupuncturists, massage therapists. It's just really about anyone I could think of. I went to about 3 years, yes, about 3 years trying to find some more of a relief, because again, I was, I think right before I came up to New Jersey to see you guys, maybe a month before, I want to say it was the first time that I broke down crying because emotionally it was too much. When you cannot turn on your key in your car because it hurts. When I have curly hair, when I cannot put a ponytail in my hair because it hurts. Turning a doorknob because it hurts. And I'm in real estate, so I show houses. So turning knobs is important. And it's just being able, not being able to do basic stuff I was always in constant pain. And so I remember breaking down emotionally and crying because it had gotten to be too much. Definitely frustration. Frustration of just, trying to do everything that I can, spending, of course, because, this journey does require some investment, right? And just not being able to find that relief. And yeah, just the frustration and feeling helpless and hopeless, and, so I want to say that, that was kind of like my lowest point at that moment. So this is really exciting. I feel that, even the other doctors or, professionals, I do believe that they wanted to help. But I think that, that there were some limitations of things that they don't know, and I guess for me, it's like, I'm not going to blame them for what they don't know. But what I connected with the most, after my friend Rosa, who came along with me, she was the one who sent me a video of you guys about Instagram, because I kept sharing with her about my hand pain or my wrist pain, and it became my arm pain, so she said, look at this video. And as soon as I saw the video, it was just almost something inside of me connected that was like, that is one of my missing pieces. I believe it was for the ulnar canal syndrome or something like that you were treated. And again, one doctor had kind of given me a clue, thinking that might be it or not. And after doing my own research, that's exactly where I had felt the pain. But as we know, it was more than that, right? No, absolutely not. As I said, it was. I knew that you guys were a part of that hustle. Part of my tribe is what I call it. I just knew it, and so no hesitation. I was looking forward to it. I think I might have shared with you before I even had a dream. Dreams of coming over to see you guys. So no, everything was a confirmation for me, and even booking the trip and the expense of the trip, it was it was so easy. Everything was flowing so easy that I knew, you guys were the right choice for me. I'm able to open doors. So I'm able to dress myself without that excruciating pain I was experiencing. I mean, even it may be TMI, but even putting my bra on would hurt me so much. It was, putting my pants up would hurt me. Just everything I did was hurting me so much. So no, it's just been so exciting to be able to have relief. That is just that's huge. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for you guys and that experience, because as I said, and what you diagnosed, and I'm right with you, because I think all of us know our bodies enough to know what we need. And so the way that you diagnosed it and that your honesty of saying, look, this is not the only thing that you need. Like, there's other things that you also have to take care of, like the nerves and the inflammation and all those things. And so I know that those are also components of my journey to get to my 100%, but you guys definitely are my 75%. So yay, that's huge. Don't hesitate. This is for your health. Do it for the love of yourself. Do it for the quality of life, because also, and for the people that you love, because the people who are around you, who love you, also hurt to see you hurt. And I guess I'm just, that thought is just coming to my mind, and that yes, they also hurt with you, and so make the effort, make the investment on yourself to want to feel better, and it's only going to be good. You cannot lose. You can never lose by giving it an honest shot, I would say, and invest in yourself. Like, we spend money on so many other things that don't really count or matter. Why not put that investment into you? So, do it. If you're hesitant, believe me, I can tell you I'm the queen of, of doubting things, or I can be that way sometimes. But as I said, with you guys, I just had zero hesitation. I just knew you were the real deal, and I still believe it. And again, as you said, 7 days later, I'm able to, wave, waving as my neighbors would hurt me, So this is really exciting for me. I'm excited. And then again, the reason I agreed to do this with you this morning is so that hopefully someone can, watch it and say, you know what, why not? I'll give it a shot too. Everyone is so professional. You guys are not just awesome and friendly and good at what you do, but also your level of professional, of being a professional is amazing. As I said, I am also, in real estate, and so how I tend to my clients is so important to me. So whenever I go anywhere, I kind of expect the same. So getting that from everyone in your clinic is just so heartwarming and so exciting, to see, because everyone, from the person who answered the call to, Kim, who was with me through the whole process of booking it and all that stuff, and and then you and Lauren and and everyone else, Dr. Nico and Dr. Joe, everyone else that I came across with in the clinic was just incredible. So you guys have not just blessed hands to help others, but you also have an amazing heart, and the way that you treat your clients, it's pretty amazing. So I also want to thank you guys for that, because I know that you guys as the doctors create that culture. So thank you.